The Public Health Department's Environmental Health section is tasked with protecting the safety of the food you eat, whether it comes from a church fundraiser or your favorite eatery. Tony Ferguson tells us first how nonprofit groups holding food sale fundraisers should contact the Health Department for the proper permit. Charlisa Davis follows up with information on the restaurant sanitation ratings and how you can learn more about the grades restaurants receive.
The first thing you need to do if you're going to do a fundraiser, you need to come down to the health department and you're going to fill out an application. When you come down to the health department, you have to provide some documentation that you're a nonprofit and tax exempt organization. Okay, there is no fee for filling out these applications. On the application will have their name, who's in charge, the type of food that's being served at, and the location. So it's easy to track things back if something should go badly wrong. Not everybody is nonprofit. They can say they're nonprofit, but we require you provide some documentation that you are a nonprofit organizations. As a nonprofit organization, you can sell food one time a month. One time a month consists of like Monday and Tuesday, which can be considered as being one day, or Tuesday and Thursday, 2 consecutive days in a row. Churches are considered as nonprofit organizations, political groups, fraternities, all are considered as being nonprofit organizations. Now when churches are selling foods now, there's something a little bit different with the churches. As long as the church is selling food in their church for their members and their guests, they do not have to come down to the health department because it's looked upon as being a private club. There are like only 3 different people that can sell food on the side of the road. One are the nonprofit tax-exempt organization. Second people are the mobile food units. These individuals have to have a permit issued by the Cumberland County Health Department or by another health department here in North Carolina. The other organization, the person you see selling food on the side, are the push carts. These are vehicles, mobile vehicles that just prepare hot dogs in them. And they also must be issued a permit from the health department or from another health department. Now, in order for you to do catering, you have to be catering from a licensed place. You cannot cater from your homes. The only way you can prepare food, it has to be from a permitted establishment. What these people can do from the culinary schools, they can be called a chef for hire. And basically what you're doing in a chef for hire, you're paying this guy for his services, for his expertise of cooking food. Bakery products do not fall under the jurisdiction of the Cumberland County Health Department. That falls into the Department of Agriculture. As a summary, if you're going to do a fundraiser, you need to come down to the health department and fill out an application. There is no cost whatsoever. You just come down to the health department, you're going to fill out the application. Preferably it'd probably be like 2 weeks prior to the event when you come down there though.
Well, an inspector's role is actually to make sure that restaurants are in compliance with state rules and regulations, because we are a regulatory agency. And we actually serve as that person that protects the public. Restaurants are inspected based on a risk category. Okay, so we have some restaurants that may be inspected only once a year because there's no high risk factor, meaning there's no potentially hazardous foods that are involved, no dishes or utensils that have to be done, no cutting, chopping of foods, things of that nature. It's very low key, as opposed to a restaurant that does a lot of food preparation where they may have many things on their menus like pork, seafood, chicken, fruits and vegetables, and there's a lot of process. So that restaurant may be done 4 times a year. So it's based on, you know, the risk factor category, and we have 4 risk factor categories. So we do one maybe once a year, we do an inspection twice a year, 3 times a year, and 4 times a year for those that are high risk. The risk-based violations actually will require us to go back within a 10-day period. I'm going to say a maximum of 10 days. However, each environmental health specialist will go back prior to that. For example, if we have a problem and there is a roach infestation, okay, we're not going to wait 10 days to go back to make sure that you have started working on that problem. Now, say for instance, if there's no hot water, then we immediately close the restaurant down because you can't wash your hands. You can't clean your utensils. You can't clean your food contact surfaces and your non-food contact surfaces. So it just kind of depends on what degree that violation is and how quick our return is. The sanitation grade has to be posted so that it is visible to the public upon entrance into a restaurant. That way, you'll know exactly what the grade is upon and before you decide whether or not you want to stay. And they can also find the grades posted on our website. If you have any further questions about any facilities or any of the inspections that we do in Cumberland County, please feel free to call the Cumberland County Health Department at 910-433-3618.